Just a brief introduction to the first of two 9 or 10 minute videos that I'm putting up, which are compilations of the 2.5 gigabytes of video that I filmed when I took a recent trip to Normandy in France with my younger daughter Emily. We had a really nice time together, a bit of father and daughter time, and I put together a video which includes a bit of architecture, bit of eating and drinking, a bit of travel, and a few reflections on the human condition as it is. And it's a slightly regrettable condition, very regrettable condition in many ways. So if anyone's interested, you might want to watch this. If not, then don't worry, I will be returning to the orchard in a little while. Bye. Here we are, pulling out of Portsmouth. That's the famous Spinnaker Tower. Even more famous moon. This isn't a remake of Titanic. This is me and Emily off to France for a couple of days on the Brittany Ferries ship Mont Saint-Michel. It's like a floating 4-star hotel. Oh, I'd like to say especially hello to Terry Kay out there. Just to do a cider tasting, and this is Normandy cider, and we're not on the Normandy actually, but on the Brittany Ferries boat, the Mont Saint-Michel, and the Mont Saint-Michel is a really nice place you can visit in Normandy, where we're heading. This is Cidre de Normandy, and this is Baeyeux brand. So there's a little detail there from the Bayeux tapestry. Which is one of the significant pieces of art in the world, which is at Bayeux, actually where we will be tomorrow. Now, my good friend Terry Kay likes to have a really long chat about the cider. I like to just drink it myself. And anyway, this is 4.5% alcohol. Now, in England, our tradition is to ferment the cider out fully, which normally will give you an alcohol level of about 7%. But in France, they do something called keeving, and it's a complicated process. I achieved it once by accident. Basically, the process involves stopping the fermentation naturally. So this is about 4.5% alcohol, and it's naturally very sweet with residual fruit sugar. It's not artificially sweetened. It's not sweetened with sugar, but it's got about 2/3 of the alcohol turned to sugar, and the remaining sugar, natural fruit sugar is still there. So it smells absolutely lovely. It's too good to drink in a hurry, so I'm going to drink this slowly. But nice burnt caramel taste to it. It basically just tastes like cider, really nice Normandy cider. So, right, Terry, get some. Just been kicked out of our cabins after a really pleasant evening. Well, I didn't quite get off to sleep exactly, but we're very, very quiet crossing, and we're getting off the boat in about 30 minutes, and we'll be driving to Bayeux. Bayeux is a really interesting place to visit. Nearly every town in Normandy was destroyed in the Battle of Normandy. German soldiers wouldn't give up. They were told by Hitler to fight to the last drop of German blood and the last bullet, and they did. And the Allied air superiority was used to destroy every town that they were holding out in. Bayeux was captured very quickly on the night of 5th, 6th June, and as a result it was the only town in Normandy that didn't get blown to bits. Bayeux, Normandy, this is probably the most attractive town in Normandy because it's the only one that wasn't destroyed in the fighting of summer 1944. I'm just having a cup of coffee in the bar brasserie, and just going to wander around the market before probably visiting the cathedral. and then on to our a bit more shopping and then visit our accommodation later. The sort of thing that goes on in France. Caramel salad, pistachio citron, marron, macaron, aux fruits rouges, abricot, alzamon, violettes.
Oh, it's nugget.
All sorts of tasty things that you never see in England. Yeah, it must be in France. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that happens in France. Never mind if it's not midday. It'll be midday soon enough. So now we leave the market at Bayeux, wandering away from the delicate fragrance of the sausage and chip stall, and wandering off in the direction of a curious building which I'm assuming is a church. With a quite astounding little bit of architecture on the top of it. We are outside the Hotel de Ville at Bayeux Town Hall. Always a place of great respect in France. They fly the flag. Here we are, the French tricolore. Not like in England, where we're ashamed of our own flag some of the time. The French are not. They do fly the flags of other nations, including the United States, Canada, Italy. Oh yes, and there's the Union flag as well. Restaurant Le Petit Normand, which Emily and I visited before on a trip here in the past. Opposite the cathedral, and something I want to have a quick look at. One of the interesting things travelling around France is, okay, many countries have war memorials, and we certainly have war memorials for the First and Second World War dead in every town, in every village in England. But in France they have memorials as well for the people who were deported and indeed killed by the Nazis. It's just a memorial to the victims of tyranny. Here in Bayeux, between the cathedral and the town hall. Names like Félix Assy, Georges Bigot, Clément Cadet, François Morin, Charles Rivière, and place names like Auschwitz, Dachau, Belsen, Auschwitz, Buchenwald, various places where people were wrongfully taken from their homes and abused to the point of death as a result of tyrannical secularist state regimes which killed far more people in the 20th century alone than probably all religious wars ever. Rue des Cuisiniers. Of cooks. There's the one shot of the cathedral of Bayeux. Seen a few photos around town of the various uprisings which have taken place in the so-called Arab Spring. That's Libya. Of course the French had quite an empire in North Africa. Seen several images of this kind around the town in various places. Thanks for watching. I'll put another collection up of the videos from France, including our lovely accommodation that we stayed at.